Hello everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I, Riddhi Sangvi, would like to welcome all of you for today's session on the topic B2B marketing of food ingredients. Before we begin, let me take a minute to introduce all of you to Foodyaari. Foodyaari is a one-stop educational platform for all the things related to food. It gives you an enriching experience in the form of articles, quizzes, webinars, courses, and much more. You even get a chance to interact and learn alongside like minded individuals. Let me introduce the guest speaker of the day, Mr. Saju Mavara. Sir, Mr. Saju Mavara, who is a national sales manager at Nutriti Ingredients. Sir is a seasoned and successful sales and marketing professional with 17 plus years of hardcore end-to-end B2B sales and marketing experience, covering both domestic as well as international markets in the food industry. He has worked at many companies and has delivered robust business results as an individual contributor as well as by managing large teams. Sir has successfully started new strategic business units, including Food Service India Private Limited, India's leading service company. He has launched new divisions and new projects in different companies throughout his career. Sir has also written a fiction novel in Malayalam which talks about support for cancer survivors and has the name Ubandu. Sir has worked extensively in 13 countries globally and in 18 states of India in sales and marketing activities. In short, Sir is a powerhouse of knowledge, and it's our true honor to welcome you here, Sir. A very good evening to you. Before we start the session with Mr. Saju, I would like to request all the students to post your questions in the chat box during the session. We will get back to them once the presentation is over. So I think we should start the main session now. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rithi, and thank you, Harish. And it is my pleasure to join in this platform. And thank you, Foodyaari, for giving this opportunity. And I think I can start the presentation right now. So you can see the slides, and maybe I can share the slides also later. So the session is all about B2B marketing of food ingredients. And most of us will be maybe like students who are planning to enter to the sales and marketing field, or some of us maybe who are having some years of experience, and some of us may be having a very long experience in sales and marketing of food and food ingredients. And this session will be helping more for those people who are entering to the field of sales and marketing, or who are currently working with less than 5 years of experience and who wanted to work in this particular industry for a long time as a successful sales and marketing person. So when we are selling any product, we need to meet customers. So which customer we need to meet, and which customer we have to give more importance, and for which customer we should give less importance. That always matters when we are meeting any customer. So the response mode of the customers are very important. The response modes are the reactions of the customers when you are going with some propositions, maybe like when you are going with certain food ingredients to a particular company. So what will be the reaction of a customer? That is the response mode in a simple time. So we can meet different customers with different response modes. The first one I can say like the trouble mode. For example, I can brief you what is trouble mode. So here the customer will be experiencing a problem. So they will be having a problem, and they will acknowledge you. I am facing this problem, and they will be asking for certain, they will be telling you like they are seeking certain solutions. So whether you will be able to provide us this solution to solve this particular problem. So uh, this kind of customers are known as those people in the trouble mode, because they are already in some trouble and they want some solution to move further in their business. So, for example, I can say, since most of you are in the food field, I can say, for example, citric acid. So some people will be having certain problem about the lumping issues of citric acid. So they will be requiring encapsulated citric acid, some special grades of encapsulated citric acid, because the final product will be having certain problem because of the moisture absorption under. So that may be a, I'm just giving you some example, that may be a problem experienced by the customer. So the customer will be telling you, I am facing this kind of problem. So do you have any particular solution? So it is easy to manage those customers because we know the problem, they are having a problem. So it will be very easy for us to meet those customers and give our solution, convert them to our customers. So when you are seeing any customer, most of the customers will be either in the trouble mode or in the growth mode. I will brief you about the growth mode as well. See, growth mode customers are already, they will be doing good. Those kind of prosperity customers will be doing good, and but they may be requiring some improvement in their product. So what they will do, because some kind of, maybe like now meat analogs are coming, so they may be requiring some meat analog with little more similarity towards, maybe like the meat, maybe towards the chicken meat or like that. So already they will be doing good and they need a little more improvement. So those kind of customers are coming under the growth mode. So here this customer is also having good opportunity, because they require the product, so it is easy to sell the product to this kind of customers. And the third one is even kill mode. So even kill mode customers are currently satisfied with their current state. So they will be thinking, okay, I'm happy with my current state, so no need of your product. It can happen in sales. Whenever we are going and meeting some customers, they will say, okay, we don't want your product because currently we are happy with our products. And they will be least interested in our new solutions, whatever we are planning to provide. But to these customers, the suggestion is we should we should also give less priority to this kind of customers in the event kill mode, because you cannot convert them so easily. It will take a very long time, and we need to change their event kill mode to trouble and growth mode over a period of time. And the last one is oblivious or overconfident mode customers. Those customers are they are very much unaware about the troubles what they are facing currently, or they may not be knowing about the growth opportunity before them. So they will never give any kind of consideration if you are going with the product solutions. So these are the type of customers when we are going and meeting them. These are the type of customers and how we have to manage this kind of customers. So here, always check with the customers, and when we are dealing with the customers, they will tell about their current problems. Mostly those people who are in trouble, they will disclose when we are asking a lot of open questions. And those people are in the growth mode is also will be um, encouraging us into the say for selling our product. So these two customers should be the priority. So here you can see the growth mode and trouble mode, that's in the green color, and most of these customers will be in this particular uh, segment, and we need to focus those customers initially. Because if we are focusing even keel or the other customer, overconfident customer, we will be consuming lot of time, but we will be taking very long time to convert them to our customer. So it is always what we need to do is try to find out those customers in this growth mode and trouble mode, because they will take very less time and they require the solution whatever we are selling, and identify those customers and identify those product and sell those product. And even keel and overconfident customer, it will be very difficult for us to convert those customers, and it will take more time. So we can over a period of time, once we convert this growth and trouble mode customers, then we can give uh, priority after this growth and trouble mode customers to convert even keel and overconfident customers. And here, whenever we are going to the industry, there are many buying influencers are there, because we will be seeing many people like purchase managers will be there, marketing managers will be there, or R&D people will be there, and we may have to meet different people in different organization. So here the buying influencers are those people who are influencing the purchase decision of a company. So why someone should buy the product, or how many people are involved in buying decision, all those are important when we are selling any product to any company. So here there are four buying influences. One is user buyer, technical buyer, economic buyer, and coach. And I will tell you about Sabager in the later. And this is mostly about the B2B business I am talking about. And B2B business is little complex, because there will be more influencers compared to the normal sales. There here the decision will be taken by many people in B2B. So this way we can solve the issues and we can sell our product so easily if we are understanding the by the buying influences. So I'm coming with the explaining the first one. With simple example, I can say like if I'm planning to sell flavor to a ice cream industry, so uh, first one will be the user buyer. Oh, sorry, one second. First one I can say like the economic buyer, so it will be easy for you. So whenever we are meeting, going a company, maybe an unknown company to us, maybe like a new company, we will be meeting. Mostly, purchase managers will be accessible to us. So the economic buyers are those buying influencers. They are always evaluate the return on investment. So mostly these people will be senior people, or mostly sometimes it can be uh, the other less senior people as well, and they will check about how much revenue they can increase because of buying this this particular product. Maybe for a flavor, why I need to use this flavor. So if I'm using this flavor, whether I can increase the revenue or whether I can reduce the cost of the product, because some of the time the flavor what I'm selling will be cheaper compared to less expensive compared to the flavor what they are buying currently. So whether I can increase the margin because of selling, because of buying this product, those will be the questions in front of an economic buyer. So of course, mostly the purchase managers will be coming under this economic buying influence uh, when I am going to an ice cream company. So after that, what we will do, because I have given handed over the sample to the purchase person, and he will be giving it to the R&D people. So R&D people will be using my flavor. Maybe for example, I am selling a vanilla flavor. So they will be checking technically. So with all their technical information, whether it is performing better or what, they will be using a different dosages and they will be comparing. So all this will be happening from their side. So it should not affect their product when they are changing or when they are using it. So they will be technically analyzing all this product So I can say the R&D people in the ice cream company will be the technical buyer. So they will evaluate the feasibility of the product as well. So coming to the user buyer now. So user buyer will be in the factory. He will be the production manager. So he will finally evaluate the product and he will finally use the product. And his performance, the user buyer means user buyer's performance is uh, can be affected by this particular product. So what he has to evaluate the product whether it will affect his capability or uh, he, his performance basically. So that's user buyer, and the third person is coach. Coach can be a person inside the company or outside the company. So when you are going and selling a flavor to an ice cream company, maybe you may be knowing some marketing manager or some person over there. So anyone can be an accountant or anyone in that company, uh, working in different departments, any department. So he will be telling, okay, you can go and meet this kind of these people, so that it will easily you can get the acceptance or they will be supporting you. So though find that is known as coach. And there are people who can see coach is a supporting person, but there are certain people who can block you as well. They may not be liking your product. So the thing is like, okay, those people can say like, okay, you don't have to buy the product. Maybe they can also be can be within the company or outside the company. So these are all the buying influences, and we need to uh, communicate with them very effectively. We have to identify them properly. So if we are finding out a coach, the best coach, it is easy for us to sell the product in a company. So the coach can guide you properly to whom you have to meet in each and all these buying influences. So finding out the coach is very important, and after that, convincing the buying influences, like whether it is a economic buyer or technical buyer or user buyer, is very important. So coming, I'm going to the next slide. So far we have covered what kind of customers we need to meet and whom we need to meet in the organizations. So I'm covering it in a very capsule form, and later you can search maybe in certain books or even Google. You can search about all these buying influences or response modes or even the transaction analysis or whatever the headlines I have given, so that you can learn deeply and deeply. And this, of course, will help you in getting the orders or maintaining the customers, or even to excel in the sales and marketing field. So here comes the transaction analysis. Transaction analysis is the social interaction analysis to determine the ego state of the communicator. Because I was told about the buying influences whom we have to meet. Uh, from the sales and marketing point of view, we may have to meet the purchase manager or R&D manager or various other people in a different organization, where means in the customer side. So we will be having discussion with the people. We may, as a salesman, you may have to discuss with the purchase manager. Means the purchase manager will be on the other side of the table, or sometimes R&D people will be sitting on the other side of the table, and you have to communicate with them. So here, what we need to understand is every person. This transaction analysis basically um founded by Eric Ben. It's a psychological thing. It's a psychological analysis. So Eric Ben developed this concept. So here you can see three states. These are all ego states: parents ego state, and adult ego state, and child ego state. So this will be there for every individual, whether it is a very small person or whether whether someone is very aged, irrespective of the age or gender. Uh, all these ego states is there in every human being. So I may be somewhere around 40 years old. I'm also having a parent stage, adult stage, and a child stage. and someone will be a very small kid, maybe 1 year old kid. He also will be having all this parent, adult, and child ego states. So we will be communicating from one of these ego state to other person's ego states. For example, if I am communicating to Harish, I can communicate from my parent state or adult state or from my child state. Similarly, when Harish is replying, he can also communicate from his parent ego state or adult ego state or his child ego state. So how we will identify this different ego states? So when it's a matter of practice, but we can say like easily we can identify this parent ego state. Some days it will be, you can get the more advice. For example, if you are meeting some, maybe like purchase manager or R&D manager, they will be guiding or they will be advising you. Those kind of communication, the guiding communication or advising communication or all those, if comes from his parent state, mostly it will be coming from parent state to maybe to your child state, it can come while advising. So that is known as parent one. And adult stage, if someone is telling more, if you are, when you are meeting R&D manager or purchase manager, and if they are telling the things more logically, or they are telling about the predictions or more about more informative things, everything will come from the adult ego stage. And the child ego stage is always about the learning or seeking for more protection kind of, or like little submissive to the adult or parent ego state. So what we need to do, see here, my advice to all of you who don't know transaction analysis, you can google it, or you can buy a book called I Am Okay, You Are Okay. um, then you will be able to understand more on how to deal with the different people with different ego state. So here I am coming to the next slide. So I told you can take the first one is maybe like me, and second is Harish. I can speak from my parent state to his parent state. I can speak from my parent state to his child state, or even I can speak from my parent state to his adult state. So all this can happen. But here, what we need to do, there should not be any kind of cross communication. For example, if if I am my from a high, I am going to sell some product to Harish. So I may be more informative, like I will be telling more logically from my adult stage to Harish adult stage. But later, what happened? Harish may not be realizing this, and he may be communicating from his parent stage. Maybe like he may be advising me, and that advice may be coming from his parent stage to my child state. So the thing is that you can see here, you can see a cross communication. I have my communication was from my adult state to his adult state, but his communication was from my parent state to my child state. So here you can see a cross communication. Then immediately what we need to do, we should not do it from my adult stage to his adult state, the next dialogue. So I should understand from which state it has come. So I should go back to the child stage, and I have to speak with him to the parent stage, and I have to convert uh, uh, the ego state. I have to manipulate the ego state better. So otherwise, the cross communication will happen, and that will affect the entire communication and the relationship. So it's always about the relationship building, how we can manage the relationship building, because each people are different. Everyone is different, and everyone's ego state will be different. Depends on the situation, depends on the way of work, or even depends on his mood. So we have a very good salesman should be able to analyze from which ego state the dialogue has come from the other party. So accordingly, we need to manipulate our ego state, and we have to communicate with the right ego state of the other person. See here, you can see the stimulus, the first conversation happened from one person's parent ego state to the other person's child ego state, and here you see from the second person's child ego state, the communication has gone to the first person's parent ego state. So it is parallel. The communication is parallel. So this kind of interaction will take you ahead without any cross communication. Otherwise, quarrel will happen. Someone's ego will hurt. So to manage that, what we need to do is we have to manage the ego state of the other person better, because always the salesperson or marketing salesperson should be much flexible whenever we are going to the market. And if we can understand the right ego state of the person, whether it is a buying influence, or whether it is technical influence, or any user buyer or anyone. So if we can understand the right ego state of the person who are on the other side of us, like a purchase manager or the R&D person or anyone, maybe the finance manager or anyone. So if we can understand the right ego state of the other person, we can speak from the right ego state, and we can take the communication better. So after that, what will happen? The communication, everything has happened. Then negotiation will happen. Negotiation, mostly in the sales, it happens for the pricing only, provided everyone will be providing the right quality product, good quality product. Then the negotiation can happen mostly for the price. So what we need to do, price maybe for some other terms of agreement, like maybe like when the payment terms or pricing or lead time. So these are all the main thing the negotiation can happen. So you can see here the conflict table. If I'm selling a product, I know that I'm making good margin. And some days what will happen, the customer also will be able to pay that margin, because he will be selling a very good product and quality product, and he also making certain margin. And even though I'm making margin, it will be equal to the amount what they are giving to the competition currently. So there will not be any burden for the customer as well. So both of us are in the win-win situation. So that kind of win-win situation will persist. That kind of relationship will last long, and those customer will be more loyal. And for example, there can be a situation, you can see, go to the quadrant. You win, I lose quadrant. So here uh, I am going and selling my product, but I know that I am selling at a very less mark. Means I am selling in a loss. Means every 1 kg of flavor what I am selling, I will be losing maybe 100 rupees. So if you are selling 100 kg, I will be losing 10,000 rupees. I know that I am losing. But the negotiator, the other side purchase manager will be pushing and pushing you very hard to reduce the margin, and he feels like he will be winning. But finally, what will happen? You will not be able to sell the product at a loss for a long time. So you will not be interested to do the particular sales. That can affect in the delivery. It can affect in the supply, or it can affect even sometimes in the quality of the products, and it will affect the relationship also. And the same thing you can see the win-lose situation. So here I'm selling the same flavor to an ice cream industry. So when I'm selling the flavor, so I know that I'm making very good margin, and everything is perfect and quality, everything. So I will be making a very good margin. I'm telling only in the terms of pricing. Maybe you can associate with maybe like quality or delivery or any other parameters you can consider. So here I'm telling about the pricing for easy understanding. So I'll be selling flavor at a very high rate. So later, what will happen? Later, the customer will be finding, okay, it's very costly, and later he understood like, okay, someone will be selling the same product at a very cheaper rate. So he will feel like, okay, we have cheated them for a long time. So that kind of he will be we will feel like we won for some time, but when the customer feel like okay, he is in a big loss, that relationship will break there. And again, the thing is that it is a matter of trust, and we will be finding difficulty to rebuild the trust once it is lost. So this never go for this loss win or win loss situation. And even if we are in the win loss situation, when we are winning and some the customer is losing, that advantage you will be getting only for a very short time, and that will not work in the B2B business. The customer always buy the product based on the trust in B2B marketing mostly, and there if you are challenge anything that challenges the trust will affect the relationship. And the last quadrant is loss because both the parties will feel like that loss that relationship will not work out. And you can see the pictorial representation as well. So only the win-win situation will work out in the B2B industry. And this slide I'm telling about, once we met the customer, and we know the buying influences. So and we know, see how we have to develop this sales funnel. Basically, sales funnel, and you can see on the left side it is sales funnel, and the right side it is pipeline stages. I will explain you briefly. The sales funnel is basically, it's a visual representation of a customer journey from the awareness to the loyalty. Means you can say like even awareness to the action. So in different people might be telling in different ways. Like basically, this will cover awareness, interest, desire, action, and satisfaction. So these are all the different stages of sales funnel. Basically, you can find, you can understand like this is the customer journey. So initially, I'm selling flavor, for example, flavor. So I want to, I'm focusing the ice cream company only. Maybe I can sell to bakery or ice cream, so many purposes, but I'm just for example, I'm taking only the ice cream industry. So what I will do, I will collect the database of all these people. I will create the awareness, and so initially I will be approaching more customers, and later some of the customers will be only will be turning to a customer, not everyone. So how that journey, how we have given the awareness of the product, and how we created the interest to the customers, and how we created the desire to the customers for buying our product, and finally how we action is the action is the purchase, how he purchased, and whether he got satisfied. These are all the different stages in the uh, sales funnel. And and the left right side you can see the pipeline. Actually both are related. Is I can say like it is a two sides of the coin. And here in the process of the pipeline is actually the process of the sales teams. We will be analyzing how to lead the prospect towards the purchase, how we can convert a customer to the purchase. So here you can see at different stages of awareness. Here we are prospecting, we are finding out how which are all the customer, who are all the customer. And second is qualifying. Every customer will not give us the business, every prospective customer will not give the business. Maybe some customer will not be taking the very high price product, or some customers may not be requiring the quality what we are giving, or some customers may not be uh, they may not be accepting the lead time what they are giving. So every customer will not buy our product. So that is how we are qualifying the lead, and later we will be meeting them. Once we identify whom the lead, qualified leads, okay, we know that this particular ice cream company will buy my flavor. Then what we'll do, we will initiate the meeting, and again they will be telling. Initially, I told you about the customer, like whether it is a growth mode, whether they are in the growth mode, or whether they're in the trouble mode, they will tell, okay, this is my trouble, these are all my needs. So those kind of discussion can happen, and based on that, you will be making an offer of the product, because maybe your product will be of the right quality product, and later the negotiation will happen. There, this win-win situation I told little earlier. So those kind of negotiation will happen. In the negotiation, whatever I have told, one is the win-win, that quadrant, and second one, that ego state, parent, adult, and child ego state of the people. So whenever we are negotiating also, all this ego state matters a lot, because then only we can have the effective communication um, for the negotiation. So later, what we'll do, we will be closing the deal, and we will be delivering the product to the customer. So all these are very much related, interrelated, I can say. So these are all the things I wanted to cover in the initial session. So here you can see um, some 3 to 4 uh, fundamentals I have covered. So all these are important in B2B business, and the time was so limited, and all these you can go deeper learning, and once you learn deeper and deeper, you will become a very good salesperson. That I'm very much sure, because we will be taking, like, it will be lightly initially, like the psychological thing and all, but it of course it is having its own importance in the communication. So any questions you can ask me, or you can comment me, and my email ID is given, pen.sajumavara@gmail.com. You can always mail me for any doubt, uh, or even you can add me in LinkedIn, and you can share your doubts. You can ask me different doubts related to B2B sales and marketing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The session was very informative. I am very sure that all the participants who have joined and who will watch this session in future will benefit from whatever you have said about B2B marketing of food ingredients. So I encourage all the viewers, all the live attendees to send their questions or type their questions in the chat box so that we can take up their questions now. So we will start the Q&A session. And I also want to just give you an information that all the participants, specifically students, are requested to type their email IDs in the comment section by latest by tomorrow morning so that we can send you your certificates via mail. The session was power packed and very interesting. I'm very happy that I got to attend it. So
Thank you.
yes, I can see that a few people have started typing questions. So the first question is from Amrish, who is asking how to search for a buyer. Means he wants to ask how to search for a buyer.
Yes. In the last slide, uh, I have mentioned, one second, the last slide I can see, like, it's in the prospecting stage. There it will come like how to search for a buyer. Normally in B2B sales, how we normally do is, um, one is the exhibitions. Whenever, especially whenever we are going to a different geographical area, we will be attending different exhibitions. So a lot of lead will come through exhibition. And second thing is searching, because when in the market itself we can search. For example, if I am selling flavor, I'm taking flavor, because flavor will be very familiar to most of us. If I'm selling flavor to ice cream industry, it is easy for us. We know where I need to sell. For example, if I'm selling in Maharashtra, or if I'm selling in Delhi, or if I'm selling in Calcutta, which is my target market, where I will go. And I will, whenever I'm going, I can see the in the shops. Whenever I'm going to the shops or supermarket, I can understand which are all the customers, my prospective customers. So that is one way. And second thing is, some industry related magazines will be there, and some associations will be there. Maybe ice cream association will be there. We can go and get the details from them. And whenever we are going to a new geography, a new country, always we can one is through the agent. We can appoint an agent in that country, and he will be familiar with the thing, with the customers. And of course, we can, for having a very good publicity, we can, and searching better, getting better lead, we can participate in exhibitions as well.
Very informative. So I have a question from my side, which
Yes.
is generally international marketing seems difficult in terms of reach compared to domestic marketing. So, what strategies do companies generally use to increase their reach in international markets?
So here, whenever we are going to a new country, we have to search different things. So one is whether whether that when if I want to go to a particular country, so we need to understand whether the how is the economic growth. So you can see, like, previously we were selling very much to the countries like uh, Sri Lanka or Pakistan. Now we are unable to do it because their economy is down. So everyone might be knowing it through the media. So I'm telling the example. So whenever we are going and selling certain product in a different country, we should understand the economy, how their economy is, whether their economy is growing. So after that, what we need to do is, we have, in, as I told you earlier, we need to find out a very good agent. So some of the countries, selling through the agent will be always easy rather than selling directly. If we are not having an office over there, if you are having an office, it would be easy. If you are not having an office, we should find out a very good agent, and he will be the representative for all our transactions there. So likewise, we have to find out a very good, a reputed agent. Don't go with all the agents, but go only with the reputed agents. Otherwise, you will get cheated sometimes, and they may not be working aggressively, or they may not be knowing the product at all. And only when even the agent knows the product. For example, if you are selling food ingredients, we have to find out which are all the good agents who are selling food ingredients in a particular country. Go and approach them, and some of them, what will do, they will be telling, okay, I'm selling your competition product. Then they will not take your product. Then we have to find out a different agent, and he will support us. And of course, agent alone will not help you. We also have to go to that particular country along with the agent and to meet the customers with our sample, because we only know about our product very well. So likewise, we can increase the sales in a particular country.
Okay, sir. Let's move on to the next question, which is when a local brand is introduced in a country like America, the product is sold in good numbers. But if a local brand is introduced in India, the brand does not get as many as customers. So, how this problem can be solved?
So here, what you're selling is, if you're selling a brand in US, many customers are coming, and if you're selling some brand in India, it is not like. But it is not always like that. It's even India now, it is the most populous country in the world, and here also we can see most of the companies are multinationals. Uh, Even if you see many products, um, even I can say like Mondelez chocolate. It's a chocolate. Whatever we are buying is their product only, and of course here a lot of marketing. The two things are there. Of course, one is the quality, and other one is the price. Rather than that quality and price, I can say like perceived price and perceived quality. So, of a customer, I'm telling about the consumer. If I'm buying a chocolate, um, I may be comparing with the competition. I may be comparing with maybe like Cadbury. So, if I'm introducing a product new, and if I'm going as a competition to Cadbury, the end consumer, maybe a 5-year-old kid or someone, whoever, they will be comparing. So they will be thinking, okay, this I'm paying 10 rupees to Cadbury, and some days our product will be much better. Then they will be okay. This is even they will be able to pay the 10 rupees. So sometimes what will happen, they will feel like our product is inferior. So always, if we are going ahead with good quality product at the right price, of course, there won't be any problem in selling. Even the consumer market, there won't be any problem. But one
Very
thing is there, we need to identify the gap. Sometimes some particular product will not be available in the market at that particular range. So we need to find out which product will fill the gap. If we are filling the gap, easily it will grow. That market will grow.
okay, sir. Let's move on to the next question, which is how can social media play a role in B2B marketing? And is social media even used for companies who want to target other companies?
So among the social media, from my experience, in B2B marketing, LinkedIn is the most powerful social media that we can use because most of the corporates are there. But if you're, uh, especially for the B2B market, but if it is a consumer product like B2C, you can use like Instagram or Facebook. But in social media, I would suggest LinkedIn is the best medium for B2B marketing because the companies, I think most of us will be there. We people will be working in different companies and we will come to know about. And once you, if you are not there in LinkedIn, I would suggest anyone in the session, I would suggest them to join in LinkedIn and you can understand lot many things. And for B2B business, especially in the food industry, currently LinkedIn is the best media in social media.
Very informative. So the next question is, what are some successful case studies or examples of B2B marketing campaigns for food ingredients in India?
So here we can say like many companies, like many success stories are there for B2B. Mm, I can say like my previous company, the Food Service India Limited. Now it is the largest food service company in India. Previously, we were selling a very small quantity, even 50 kg, 100 kg. Now it has grown huge turnover, and now even I can say like they will be selling more than maybe like 10,000 metric tons from 50 kg initially was there in the initial period. So here the thing is like we should find out the gap as I earlier told you earlier. We should find out the right gap. So find out how many players are there. If there are less players or if there's no player, it would be easy for us to capture the market so fast. So I would say that is one of the best case study in B2B.
Very interesting. So the next question is, please recommend few courses for techno commercial marketing for freshers.
Okay, techno-commercial marketing for freshers courses. So here, mm, two things I would like to suggest. One is you can say like Coursera. Sadish is my good friend. So Coursera, you can see like portals like Coursera app, mobile app like Coursera. They would be giving lot of courses. Like we can access the course from different foreign universities at a lesser rate. Maybe like ev- even I can say like I have taken a course from IIM Bangalore for regarding the international marketing. It was a very good course. And again, I would say like there's a course mm, by Michigan University related to negotiation. That's one of the good course because negotiation is always important. And apart from that, I would suggest we should rather than this courses will give you certain certificates, but other than that, we have to acquire knowledge. So for a B2B salesman, every day is I can say like you should be like a new learner. So every day he should learn, every day he should study, and those things will not be giving you certificate. But of course, today I have mm, told about some 4 to 5 concepts, like how we have to identify what are the response mode of a customer. So I have just presented in a small slide, in a single slide. But that concept itself is a very broad concept. You have to study in depth. So like the response mode, that itself, yeah, I think you can learn for a month or a week at least you can learn. So that you have to study very well. And the second one, more very very important one, I will say, everyone should study the transaction analysis. That will not only help you in our professional life, even in our personal life it will help, because it is all about the communication and how we need to communicate from different ego state. As I told, right now I am having three ego state now: parent ego state, adult ego state, and child ego state. Now I am guiding is coming from my parent ego state, your child ego state. So, and if so the thing is, like, here also I have applied my applied this transaction analysis. So I would suggest everyone should go for certain courses, or even you can buy a book called I Am Okay, You Are Okay, that is available everywhere, even Amazon or everywhere it is available. I could see a lot of, even the streets of Andheri and all, I could see a lot of those books. I Am Okay, You Are Okay, that's a book that everyone should read. That will help you to communicate with the different people who are you are getting encountered in everywhere, every box of life, I would say. Even whenever you are going to a company, if you want to meet a purchase man, even from, I can say, from the security to receptionist to the MD of a different, if you are meeting, all of them will be having different ego states, and you can communicate with them very well, and they will be liking you once you study that course.
Very informative answer. I think all the attendees, especially the students, are going to benefit from all the resources you have mentioned. So let's take up the next question, which is from Riktam Mazumdar, who is asking how Salesforce automation can help B2B market.
So I could get a very small time to work with Salesforce, like apply Salesforce. But here, the Salesforce is a cloud-based thing, and I can access all the information from. See, now I'm sitting here, and if I'm going outside my lab, even if I have not taken my laptop, I can go to any someone else, even someone else desktop or laptop, and I can access all the information that is related to me, and means me in the sense from my company and my sales related or customer related thing from a different area. So it is easy. That will give you an idea about your sales, maybe all the ERP related thing related to sales you will be getting. And the best thing is that you can access it from a different point, not necessarily from your own device. You will be having a password ID and you can use it from somewhere else. That's a very good application.
Okay. So the next question is, can you suggest some popular articles or sources where we can get updated with recent trends in food ingredient manufacturing?
Okay. Here, sources, I would say LinkedIn only is the best source because very much updated, and everyone is sharing the new technical things. And even I also learned a lot of things from LinkedIn only, new advancements. Whether if now the trend is vegan and the technology, and even in LinkedIn the advantage is you have to, my suggestion is you have to follow different companies uh, who are into the food and food ingredients, like maybe Kerry, DSM, or Sensient, or many companies are there. Many multinational companies are there. We have to follow them and follow them genuinely. And those companies, they will be either in their website or in their blogs, or they will be themselves will be sharing in LinkedIn related to the new trends. So that is the best way, because that will be straight communication from the companies, and their own assumptions and all those. Even if a company uh, says about the trends in a, maybe like in a single page, the effort they might have taken, maybe like they might have taken a months of efforts to write that particular article or blog.
One question from my side. So I want to ask, does B2B marketing take more time as compared to B2C marketing? And if yes, then why?
So B2B marketing, of course, I told because we are the by because B2B the decision makers are more. Initially, I told there are four buying: the technical buyer, user buyer, all these four different kind of buyers are there. So we have to satisfy everything, and that is one thing. And second thing, here, at least for certain products, the modifications are required. Means customized products are available. So the customers also will be expecting the customized product from us. So all this will take more time in the sales cycle. But in the case of B2C marketing, there will be set products will be there. Only thing is that customers are also set customer. If I want to sell a soap, I know my soap is ready. I will not be doing much modification. Like customized modification will not be there for my soap. So I know the customers are there somewhere in Pune. If I'm putting Pune as a target market, or if I'm putting Punjab as a target market, I will be having I know Punjab. I need to sell my soap in Punjab. So what I will do, there will be set of distributors are available there. So because in B2C hundreds of distributors are there. We can tell them, okay, I am having soap. This is my margin. Then they will be taking according to the margin, and they will be having the retail shops and small kirana shops, and they will be selling it. So it is easy. But here the one is the customization, and the products are complex. And here mostly technical products we are selling. But in B2C, I can say it is not technical product. It is like the consumable product, so it is easy. But here, technical products are there and little more complicated products, and even the buying people are also means like the buying influence are also more. So this is why B2B is taking more time compared to B2C.
Okay, so my doubt has been cleared very well.
Thank you.
So Om Om is asking, can you share some ideas to start a B2B business in food and beverages sector?
Immediately, I'm not having the answer, but of course, um I would suggest what kind of product. The initially, um, as I told, no, we have to whatever the B2B. I will say the step. One is find out the customer to whom I need to, because there's in sales there is something called segmentation, targeting, and positioning. All the sales is in and around the segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So we need to find out which target segment. If it's a B2B food, we have to find see there may be our customers who are targeting maybe like sports people, or sometimes there may be uh, companies who are targeting children, or sometimes there may be uh, certain companies who are targeting spice related products. So what we need to do is we have to find out whom we need to sell properly. Accordingly, we have to plan. And sometimes what will happen when we are planning, okay, I need to start, this is the segment. So I will sometimes we will feel like, okay, this particular product no one else is selling. So it will take some time to identify the product. So once you go with the right product, we can sell more. So of course, I can say like now vegan market is there, but vegan is flooded. Many people are doing the vegan, so it is flooded. But now again, if you are going with some vegan product, it will be tough. But think about something other than that. Some products will be health related because people are more interested towards health and well-being. So find out something like health or wellness and health and wellness segment. And that is one thing. And second is whenever we are selling, if we are selling as a by B2B manufacturer, we should find out whether the raw material is properly available, and throughout the year whether it is available. Accordingly, we have to plan the product. First, find out the customer, then we will be finding out the gap. then we will feel okay, this particular product will be suitable, and accordingly find out whether we can source the raw material throughout the year. So likewise, we can do. So any support is required, you can mail me pen.sajumavara@gmail.com. Whatever the information I'm getting immediately related to see what you want to start, I will be supporting.
Sure, sir. I think all the participants who are attending this session, if they have any more doubts, they can connect with sir as he has said on LinkedIn, and they can ask their doubts there. Also, they can mail their doubts to him on email, so he can answer all the doubts properly. I hope that is right, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you Foodyaari, and thank you Harish and Riti. Also, I would like to thanks my colleague and my friend Mr. Satish Borkade as well. We always think about how we can mentor the like the people who are coming. Even for me also, Satish was a mentor for the food related thing, because I'm not from the food background. I'm from the agriculture background, and for my sales skill, I am actually so many people have supported me to improve my sales skills. But for the technical, of course, knowledge about the food ingredients and food products and so many things, people like Sadish, he's an MTech in food technology. Uh, so though like people like Satish were mentored me as well for for understanding different products, different ingredients, and all those. So always mentoring is a continuous thing, and every day is a learning day, and it's all about. And thank you very much, all of you, for
Thank
listening
you,
me as well.
sir. You answered all the questions wonderfully, and even the presentation was very insightful. I'm very sure all the attendees who are attending this session and who will watch it later are going to benefit immensely from this session.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to give or repeat the same information as I said before, that all the participants who are attending this session are requested to type their email IDs in the comment section by tomorrow morning, so that we can send you your certificates on the mail. You will also receive this presentation via the mail along with the certificate. So I guess we should move to the last part of this session, which is vote of thanks. So on behalf of team at Foodyaari, I would like to thank you, sir, Mr. Saju Mavra, who has taken time from his busy schedule to enlighten us. It was an excellent session, and I am very sure everyone who is attending this session knows a little, if not a lot, about B2B marketing of food ingredients. I would also like to thank Team Foodyaari for organizing this session. You guys always have the backs of all the students in this country. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the attendees for their enthusiasm and discipline in ensuring that the session went smoothly. I am very sure all of you benefited from this session immensely. So, thank you everyone and have a great night.
Thank you.